The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the NC State Wolfpack. Taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Offense working from the pistol. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And that's the way they'll start, and they hope it gets better. No gain. Let's talk for a second about NC State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
NC State has work to do to convert this third down. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Here comes the heat. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he's brought down after a huge completion. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone?
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on second down. They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you've got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
Buys a little time with his feet. Shoots it to the left. And they can't make the connection on third down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Going to the ground. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They feed him again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And it goes through his hand. He had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody in the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Looking for a man, it's Barnett. Makes the grab, it's Scott. Still on his feet at the 45. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
The inside handoff. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Out of the gun, the give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this is every defensive coordinator's dream, right? Watching your defense go out on 1st down, TFL, 2nd down, TFL. Now you set up 3rd and long. Everybody knows they're going to throw it, and your pass rushers can pin their ear.
He lobs one high down the left side. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And they're finally able to get him on the ground at the 1. looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. On 2nd and goal, they go right back to it. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
This is a designed run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
And I love it. This offense making no bones about it. We're going to be aggressive. We get the ball down in the red zone, 4th and goal, Palmer. Stay aggressive. They run the football, and they get the touchdown.
And that's the shocking thing, David, is that on 4th down, they have supreme confidence in this offensive line to win up front, one-on-one, get some push, and then how about the ball carrier just finding his way into the end zone?
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And, man, I tell you what, I just love his instincts. You can tell when the ball's being passed, he sees it, and he breaks on the football. That's why he's in the top 10 in interceptions this season. Just such a great feel in the passing game, and you got to be careful when you attack him.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Throws to the tight end. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll try the run. Running into the open space. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain.
Breaks into the open. Still on his feet. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the 2nd level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack! They are are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Out of the end zone. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They really need to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets are in the hurry-up.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice.
He's going for it all. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Here's the pressure. Punts it out of the air. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
A first down run on the doorstep. Can't get him to the ground. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
Not much running room. He had to break a tackle and still break another tackle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not good blocking on the play.
Well, that's what coaches always emphasize, too. Never assume a teammate's going to make the tackle. You run to the ball, and they did it there.
Well, 100%, especially guys that are so big and strong and elusive nowadays. They're going to break tackles. Keep swarming, keep hitting them. Next guy, don't assume the tackle's going to be made.
Now improvising. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking for a huge play. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Back up now. Here's 2nd and long. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. To the ground with the back. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Got a man, it's Rodgers. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to throw on first down. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The give on the inside. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Making side adjustments here. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. With the catch, it's Stockton. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
And the Yellow Jackets will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They'll immediately call timeout. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Back to throw time running short in the half. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Stockton. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And he's going to this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Hard running there. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking for room, it's Scott. Pass mistakes him, still on his feet. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. North Carolina State will kick it off to open the third quarter. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
First down here for the offense. They'll send the tight end in motion. On the move. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Now the play fake. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He'll pull it down. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
Pick your poison, right? When he gets outside the pocket, man, what do? Do I play the pass and stay back deep? Or do I come up and try to make a tackle? I'm not going to give up a big play and give up an easy pass, so it's just easy pickings for his quarterback because of his athleticism.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Yellow Jackets with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue! Jackrabbit!
Right back to him on the ground. Turning it on! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And the Yellow Jackets headed quickly to the line.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Gonna run it. It's Hosley. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. The Yellow Jackets with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Off play action. Skips away from pressure. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that 3rd down, and now the offense is in an interesting situation.
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Handoff to the lone back. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Off the play fake. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got 12 trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Looking for a man. It's Barnett. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He takes a chance and fires it across the field. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And what a great play by that cornerback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out, but to be able to break on the football when it's thrown on those quick passes like that, nice job by the cornerback.
The short hands, it's Stockton. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Needs it to keep this drive alive. There he goes. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
And I don't know if field position really matters on that one, right? I know they're on the plus side of territory, but 4th and inches, most offenses today are going to be going for it. They did. They execute the running play, and they keep the sticks moving.
The Yellow Jackets, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Trying to run, it's Maddox. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza.
Green 25. Lizzie.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
Squirrel, Hornet, Dino,
He might want another play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He wants it all. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. They move on top here on the 4th.
This team right now is showing you why they were the higher-ranked team coming into this game. Yeah, they were sleepwalking a little bit earlier. They knew coming in, David, they were going to be facing a really good opponent. Good teams don't quit, and they've come all the way back now to take the lead. And they had a pretty big deficit not that long ago.
And this is a good team they're playing. They're showing they're one of the better teams in the country. I mean, to battle back from several touchdowns down, like, not to blink, not to bat an eye, not to quit, they're proving why they're a great team.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the 4th quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win.
Breaks into the open. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2-, 3-, and 4-yard gains in the 1st and 2nd quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, how about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands, the big defensive mind that comes up with the INT.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? And by going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
They're going to run it to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
A third down try for the offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
You know, good teams just know how to close games out. And you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Their defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touchdown, so they padded their lead. This just speaks to, I think, the experience in the locker room and also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too.
Oh, he's got some space. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Looking for a deep man. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. Looking for more room. Lowers that shoulder and delivers the blow. Return takes it down to the 27-yard line as this defense is hungry for turnovers.
It doesn't get any better from your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
He just couldn't hold his water long enough in the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Getting that push. A pickup of 4 out to the 26.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. From the gun, give on the inside. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
And the Yellow Jackets will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin them deep. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Yellow Jackets will call on their punt team. It's a fake. He's going to throw it. Looking down the middle. And he's got it. It's a first down.
And that is such a great job by the head coach deciding to go for it there on the fake punt. And that's one of those fake punts that they've probably had in their playbook now for several weeks, but you got to have the perfect look defensively to run it. The up man gets the snap, a nice accurate throw, picking up the first down and keep this drive alive.
And a great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that. Every time you go into the booth, I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports.